welcome back to The Last Guardian. So, we've finally got out of the cave, so I guess we'll have to find a way forward. Oh, here's one.
This game is beautiful.
It is.
It is beautiful.
This game, for me, this games always look gorgeous. It's even though the game is built on PS3 technology, because it started out as a PS3 game. The incredibly strong artistic direction overcomes the texture, the old texture work.
Well, PS3 games look great though. So.
Oh yeah, Last of Us is Last of Us. It's still kind of unbelievable that Naughty Dog managed to put The Last of Us on the PS3 because that game.
The main difference. Go ahead. See, the main difference, Deji, is that PS3 games, while they could look gorgeous, weren't the most stable when they looked absolutely gorgeous. PS4 manages to look just as gorgeous and then some while being more stable.
Well, depends on the game, Jova. I mean, there are plenty of...
I'm not going to say that PS3
It depends on who's behind it. It depends on who's behind it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I get that. What I'm saying is, well, to be fair, stuff like Last of Us, yes, that pushed the system to its absolute limits, the PS3. But on the PS4, it could do that and then some, hence the reason.
Oh, yeah, 60 frames per second, yeah.
I'm not saying that the PS3 is a slouch by any means. I'm just saying, they looked gorgeous, but the PS4 just got better and better, is all.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the problem with
Also, there was the fact that the PS3 wasn't exactly coded the best for third parties in mind. Sonic Unleashed!
I was about to say.
I was just about to
Sonic Unleashed, just go big, Jova. The Bayonetta PS3 version. That was the true atrocity.
That too.
I got to experience it firsthand.
Well, to be fair, Bayonetta 1 isn't that good anyway, so...
speak for yourself. I love that game. Anyway...
How's the Wii U version?
It's great.
The QTEs are a bit punishing, I have to admit that.
Oh, it is. It improves on the difficulty as well as also the actual control scheme.
It's a part of the Xbox 360 version, so it's fine.
It also improved on the Xbox 360 version, which wasn't exactly problem-free itself, too.
The Nintendo theme costumes are actually a good touch, though.
Yeah,
Trico, you could just move without destroying everything.
Well, he's a bit too big for that.
Yeah, haven't you studied physics?
Trico, too big for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Ha 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 ha.
Ridley's too big.
And look at that, Trico noticed the way forward. Alright, time to blow up some wood.
Oh!
Oh, how convenient.
How long was this game in development for?
9 years.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And like I said, when you actually play it for the game like I have, and I've played this game for like 5 times, throughout the entirety, like 5 times now, for either showing it to people or just recording footage or stuff like that. In fact, right now I'm actually showing the game to my mom because she loves these kinds of games, and she's loving it so far. Anyway,
nice.
I just find it funny how The Last Guardian and Final Fantasy 15 games that have been in development for forever.
I like what a lot of people would have
the same year.
Yeah. I like what a lot of people would have you believe. Long development cycles isn't necessarily a bad thing. Just depends on the circumstances behind why it was long. According to Fumitomo, one of the it was 2 main reasons why this game took so long. One, the studio had different priorities in terms of what to release first and what not to. So some development members had to switch from this project to others like Puppeteer.
Remember, originally started with his team, but Kenji Kaido actually left mid-development.
Also, Puppeteer comes from the same studio?
Japan Studio, yes.
Ueda had his own team called Team Equal, but then he got disbanded and he joined instead Team Japan Studio up until the release of his game. After that, he went independent.
Yeah, he has now his own independent studio called Gen Design. Anyway, the point is, aside from, of course, the shift in priorities on part of the studio, it was also the fact that it becomes abundantly obvious where most of the budget and development time is in Trico. Because there's no way you can program an animal's AI and detail this model so well. You can tell most of the effort went into him. But go ahead, did you answer?
It's just one of those don't announce a game too early because you'll never know what happens.
Yeah. Well, there's also
That's-
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's just my personal issue with it.
Sure, I understand that.
I'm somebody who's used to having to wait for long periods of time for things, so I just focus my mind on other things, and because it's happened so much, I'm used to doing that. So
Poor Kingdom Hearts fans.
so much anymore.
Well, with Kingdom Hearts is a different case because Kingdom Hearts fans got other Kingdom Hearts games in between the wait, so it's not like they were.
Well, it's not just Kingdom Hearts. I'm referring to a lot of things from a lot of mediums. So.
Not to mention, if you jump into, not to mention, you had to play the. It's not like the games that came in between 2 and 3 are. What was that? If you don't play those, if you don't if you don't play those, if you don't play Birth by Sleep, for example, you're not going to understand even what's going on in Kingdom Hearts 3 anyway. It's kind of like trying to jump into MGS 4 after playing MGS 1. Anyway, so yeah, we found this way forward. Trico.
Come on, Trico. Yeah, Donkey had the same problem in this part.
Honestly, all I had to do was call him 3 times, so I don't really see what's the big deal.
Maybe his AI bugged actually,
Well,
or his Trico was a bit more independent.
Have you ever owned a pet too?
Yes, actually, but
Because you should know that pets don't necessarily listen to you immediately.
Not in a way. Well, let me finish. Not in a way that it was like a free pet. They were always stuff people in animals in cages or fishes.
Ah, okay. Because trust me, animals can get quite distracted sometimes.
Just like humans.
Especially if they're small and don't really know you very well.
And here's another. Oh,
Ah,
I should cut my finger. I should
What
cut
exactly is he eating?
barrels. Basically,
glowing,
What's inside the barrel?
glowing azure barrels.
I should cut my fingers to make sure I still have 10.
Oopsie.
All right.
What time are you guys at?
7,
19,
20,
20.
21, 22, 24.
All right. I am paused at Tube will finish buffering. 7:37.
All right, we're almost there.
And click.
I swear to God, if the buffering is supposed to be an April Fool's joke by YouTube, it isn't.
I hate April Fools.
I do as well. It's basically an excuse for people to be dicks.
Hey,
Yeah, and especially what's been going on within the last 5 months. Everything just feels like it's kind of hard to tell which is real, what's fake nowadays.
Here's one thing. Here's one thing you'll notice. Hold on.
I'm okay with April Fools anyway. Go on, Paige.
One thing you'll notice is that in order for Trico to execute more complex commands, you're gonna have to build a bond of trust with him because he will not do much like a real wild animal. You have to train him first. He has to first learn exactly what you want when you do a specific gesture. So right now, he can only respond to a natural just calling of his name. So I still cannot tell him to go in a specific direction, or ask him to jump or something like that. But as you'll see eventually when you get to, I think it's probably part 6 if I remember correctly, you'll see that eventually I'll be able to. He'll learn how to obey to more complex orders. But go ahead.
Jova?
You were saying something?
Oh, he just said he was fine with April Fools.
Yeah, April Fools.
Yeah, I'm fine with April Fools. It doesn't really bug me as much, but I do know 2 Ace Attorney characters who probably get a kick out of it.
Of course.
One of them being Franziska von Karma.
Sometimes
and the
you
other...
come across some really good and creative stuff, but then there's the very obvious lame jokes.
Yeah, I like to be more elaborate. For instance, I convinced people that I was super linked back from the dead using a Nemesis account. That actually was pretty good. It even got Deji good. Which
And you
earned
get
me a
some of the
compliment from
ones-
him.
And you get some of the jokes that aren't necessarily designed to
Okay, Trico.
trick, laugh, and to poke fun at things.
Trico, please stop being cute.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, the Ace Attorney Twitter has been having a field day with April Fool's Day. But yeah, there are two Ace Attorney characters who we associate with April Fool's Day. One of them, of course, being Francisco von Karma, and the other being Mr. Gotcha himself, Apollo Justice.
All right.
All right.
One more barrel.
More barrels. Come on. Oh, look at that. There's a laser, like in Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
I guess you don't need to cut their tails this time.
No. Oh, here's one thing you'll notice. I think it's not. It happens if I remember correctly. Oh no, never mind. Oh. What?
Okay.
Do you want me to throw it to your mouth as well? Come on, work with me here. As you can tell, he still doesn't trust me entirely.
There we go.
All right. Fortunately, his tail.
Tastes like chicken.
Fortunately, his tail beam works on its own, so I can just manipulate it to my will. All right. Moving on. All right.
There we go.
There's probably some kind of hole where you can... Oh, and I love the music that plays in this area. Yeah, right there. Trico. Oh well, let's explore and see what's in here. Or maybe not. It's a bit dangerous without him, so might as well.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Yeah. Oh, here's a thing you'll notice. By the way. Did you notice his ear when I called it?
Yeah. It moves instinctively when you call him.
This is the power that we can achieve on the PS4.
There we go. For the players.
Well, actually, remember, they changed it. Now, at the end, it's always greatness awaits.
You know, for the longest time, I always thought I was really pretentious. Then I realized,
Trico, creep into the trees.
Then I realized, that just means that
I love the music that plays in this forest.
Players.
Yeah. Sounds something like...
Much like... This is another classic trait of Fumito Ueda. His games have a very strong atmosphere.
Give me a second.
Alright, let's try to see if we can find a way out of here.
Yeah, sounds like something Hitoshi Sakimoto would compose. He gave me that vibe.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, and by the way, here's an interesting thing, Shiroi. The soundtrack is entirely performed by the London Symphony Orchestra. The same orchestra that scored the first 6 Star Wars movies.
What are you looking at?
I didn't do episode 7.
Believe it or not, yeah. Apparently there's something up there that he doesn't like. Well, nah, it's not important. I'm sure it's not important. Let's just ignore it.
I'm sure the plot will worry about that later.
That's for future me to worry about. This is present.
All right, Trico.
Try not to creep into the trees again. Come on.
All right. Well, look at the bright side too. This is not. At least it's not like in Lightning Returns where we found that chocobo clipping through the wood.
Although I remember when I watched the presentation at a con, it was actually almost right before the release date of this game. It was like in November 2016, and back then, since it was still the game before it was patched, there were a lot of frame rate problems, and so in a way that was kind of like grinding in turns. But I remember we actually showcased this part, and due to the trees, there was this massive frame rate drop. So
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that they fixed that.
Well, to a question, have you ever played the original PS2 versions of Ico or Shadow of the Colossus?
No, only the HD collection.
Well, of course, Bluepoint created a brilliant remaster of those, but the thing is, the original PS2 versions also had quite the frame rate issues. This is a common thing in Wada's games, sadly.
I didn't know Shadow of the Colossus was that old because I've only been hearing more about it recently.
I know, right?
Well, that's mostly
Been around
because of
since
this
early
game.
2000s.
It's probably because of this
You'd
game's
be
release.
surprised, Shiro.
Really? I've known about the Shadow Colossus for a while. I just never got around to playing them.
Actually, if you're into the YouTube panorama ever since 2007, Shadow of the Colossus was still talked about a lot in a lot of top tens, stuff like that. Oh, what the hell?
I wasn't watching that kind of stuff back then, so I wouldn't have come.
Basically, Shiro, people like Josh Culture talked about it ever since we started.
Do
He's who I hear it from the most, actually.
Trico, are you scared by glass?
No.
something bugging you, Trico?
It's the portal to Homeworld, Steven. I mean,
I guess it's just like when your dog is scared by your Hoover.
So yeah, this is another recurring aspect. You also have to manage his emotions. Sometimes he's scared of something, and you have to deal with it.
I'm the Avatar. You gotta deal with it.
Yeah, I agree. Well, actually, I'm gonna be surprised actually if Brian and Mike took some inspirations from Ico, since they admitted that a lot of Japanese culture was influenced Avatar: Last Airbender. But yeah, I understand.
Wasn't that much a thing.
Well, yeah, Ico was a cult classic right from the beginning. Remember,
Yeah.
Ico was
I'm just wondering how old is Zico?
it was a PS2 launch game.
I'll check.
And remember, the PS2 is the highest selling console of all time, so odds
Yeah,
are a lot of people played it back in the day.
It destroyed the Dreamcast and almost killed the GameCube. Yeah. 2001.
Feel better now?
Shadow of the Colossus instead is 2005.
they destroyed this Dreamcast. Segato's, I'm sure, sacrifice was in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah. How sad.
Did you notice how he closed his eyes while I was petting him?
Yeah. Oh.
All right, now can we move on? Let's go. Ooh, shiny.
Hmm.
All right, moving on. Yeah, by all means, Trico, take your time. All right.
So why is it called Trico again?
Trico, that's the name his village gave these creatures. Basically, there's these legends going on in his village that these flying creatures eat men.
Oh.
That's what the ancients, the elders tell. They tell these stories of these flying man-eating creatures. And like the boy said in the last part, despite that, for some reason the boy just doesn't really fear it. He doesn't get a bad vibe from him, I guess. What about you, Shira? Do you feel a bad vibe from Trico?
No.
Well, because she's a cat person.
I'm not sure what to think, though, because the horns are a symbol of inheritors of a certain people's power, as the Shadow of the Colossus put. So I wonder how it is connected to that.
Well, actually, I can already tell you that it's not at all. The only thing you have to worry about the horns is that they're broken, as you probably already noticed.
No, I know. Maybe it's just a thing that's implied and never explained. But again, Weda always said that this is still in continuity with with the two previous titles. So I just have to connect the pieces somehow.
Of course.
All right, Trico, I need some help. I need you to boost me up. I love how he actually moonwalks.
Poor guy.
Well, remember, he doesn't have enough space to turn around, so he has to walk backwards. That's actually really good programming on part of them. It probably took them a long time to program him to make sure he doesn't turn around in a closed corridor to avoid clipping.
All right, let's see where this takes us.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
So yeah, taking a cue from the Uncharted series, there's also gonna these sections where you have to climb through certain small ledges like these. All right. Hang on, Trico. Oh yeah, directional jump. Yeah, again, just like in Uncharted, you can move the left analog stick towards any platform that's opposite to you, and the character will literally have this animation where he turns towards the platform, giving you the sign that it's okay to press the jump button, and you'll be able to jump to that platform.
Yeah, that's something common as the first God of War, but I'm sure there's even before that.
I kind of wish there was something like. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a common platforming trick, the fact that the characters turn to the direction he's jumping to make you realize you press the direction the right way.
And here's the first switch. Basically, a lot of these gates that are closed, a lot of the time you have to, do all of these look around to see if you can find the switch so you can get Trico to pass through them.
There we go. Oh.
All right. Moving on. Ooh, barrel.
Look at another barrel. Huh? What the hell?
You okay, buddy?
You want this barrel? You do, don't you?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Yes.
So what horrifying thing is it?
Trico, don't play with your food.
Come on.
Trico.
My dog does this as well.
What does this
What is it, Shuri?
like all in one go? She'll just eat a little bit at a time and come back for another piece later,
Yeah.
like hours later.
Finally. No.
It slipped through his beak.
Aw.
Eat.
Jesus.
Okay.
Eat the damn food.
Do you
Third
want
time's the
do you
charm.
want to eat it by your own, or do you want me to give it to you? Make up your mind.
You lazy thing.
Fine.
Can you toy with him?
If you don't want, yes, you can. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, actually. So. All right. So.
Wow.
Ow.
Hey, don't play with your food, mister.
Now, you see, the plot twist of this game is that Trico's
Oh,
actually
let
a
me
girl.
guess. Now you want me to open it for you, don't you?
Doesn't bite you. Come on.
Really?
Jesus, Trico. Come on.
This is.
Trico, I've given you 8 of these already. Just eat it.
For the record, okay, hold on. I also like how his neck, like, seriously, that's some amazing flexible neck that he has. Like, you can turn it, like, almost 380 degrees.
Not
The
me,
power of
the
the
barrel.
PS4.
There you go.
Finally.
Here's the interesting thing about my dog. My problem with my dog is that a lot of times she doesn't want to eat while she's alone. I have to be around her so she'll eat because she...
Yeah. Sometimes Mena will wait for my mum to come home before she actually eats it properly.
Clever.
Alright, so this part is important, so pay attention.
Okay.
Uh,
As soon as he arrives.
Crap.
Where the...
through here, Trico, come on. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. He'll learn. He'll get better at this. Ooh, shiny.
Hmm.
And as I'm sure Tail will remember, this is a Fumito Ueda game, so shiny equals bad.
So is there a
Yeah.
reason why a butterfly is there?
Probably symbolism.
Yeah.
They tend to get always around the barrels, as I saw before.
The beast was scared of something.
Yeah.
Notice how his feathers get ruffled when he's scared.
Yeah.
Trico, what's wrong?
Looks like a cage.
Come on, Trico. There's nothing here to hurt you.
Oh.
Fine. Let me see if I can find some way to break it or something. Nope, there's nothing. Come here, Trico. Come on. What are you so scared of? I love how his ears move up and
Yeah.
down. Cutscene.
Well, what the hell?
Well, that can't be good.
Oh, it's reacting with the horns.
Interesting.
Trico, why are you looking at me like that?
He goes from cute to creepy on a dime.
Somehow I don't think it's his fault.
Yeah.
Trico, those red eyes are not good news for me, are they?
Somehow no. Oh shit! Is
Whoa.
that a game over? I guess so.
Well, so that was the last Guardian.
Well, that was that.
So
tone
you can
was
actually get
for
killed by
10 years.
Trico and...
Flashback.
Oh, wait. Was that the atomic bomb?
isn't gonna go all Adventure Time on us, is it?
Please don't.
Well, Adventure Time isn't bad per se.
It's not bad. It's just I can't get
Oh,
into it.
other people with sticks.
That, and let's be honest, when the moment Adventure Time started focusing on its lore, that's when it really went downhill.
Eco reference.
Is this a prequel?
No. Well, there is
never-
there is a theory about from fans that all three games take place in the same universe because they share the same fictional language.
Actually, no. That's actually what Ueda says.
Oh, he did?
He said you just need to interpret the way babies are connected. Due to how it's
And
constructed, people easily say that Shadow of the Colossus is the first in the timeline.
So somehow we're still alive.
I guess we weren't a good.
Well, we
meal after all.
kind of have to since we're narrating the story.
So we
Is
just
it
got
me?
eaten and spat out by a giant bird dog.
Is it me
The
bored?
glowing mirror, mine when last I looked, was nowhere to be found. So yeah, I lost my mirror.
Okay.
Trico?
Maybe he's just taking a nap. But is it me or the tattoos that you have are a bit more detailed?
That's a good observation, Teo. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do.
All right, here's another. This actually is also another way for the game to introduce another thing. You can actually use You can also actually use Trico's tail as a rope, as I'm about to do.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
There we go. And
There we go.
Hoopla.
All
The
right.
tail flopped over the edge there.
Moving on. And now time to crawl, Zelda style.
Okay. What? Oh.
Something in the armor's ill omened air told me to keep my distance.
Hmm.
But the fact that they have glowing eyes.
Well,
Those
Shiroi,
too.
they're not red eyes, at least, I guess.
Hmm.
Alright. Ominous music is ominous.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Where to now?
And suddenly this feels like a horror game.
Resident Evil. Biohazard. Yeah, that's actually a really good game.
It is. I
Yeah.
completed it like about a month ago or something. It's awesome, actually.
Now all we need is a remake of Resident Evil 3.
I haven't enjoyed. I haven't.
Actually, let them finish the one of two. Yeah, let them finish the one of two first.
Oh wait, there's a remake of 2?
There
Yeah,
is.
it's in the making. We're probably gonna show you that.
They're probably just gonna. Aren't they just gonna remaster the GameCube remake?
Actually, there wasn't a GameCube remake
Oh
of
yeah.
2.
Oh right. You're right.
It was
They
only
need
the
to
first
do
one.
it on the ground, but they're probably gonna still follow the lead of the GameCube remaster of 1 and the graphic component of 0. Oh, right, there you go. There's the lever.
One thing that I will, of course, this is kind of hard to explain without you actually playing the game. But one thing that's actually really well done, by the way, is like whenever you're trying to push something, like pull a lever or something like that, it always feels like it takes effort. Like they did a good job in giving the controls really good feedback to make you feel like you're actually really pulling a heavy lever or something like that.
Yeah, Sony is kind of used to it. I remember even in God of War or something like that, when you open heavy chests.
It kind of reminds me how in the hand-to-hand combat in Last of Us, where you can feel every punch that you deal, especially if you have the vibration on.
Shit.
Oh crap! Oh shit! They're trying to. They want to take me
Why
out.
did we walk right in the middle of that?
Well, Shiro, did you see any other way? Did you see any other path forward?
What the?
You come here often?
If you have better ideas, Shiro, I'm all ears. Oh crap!
Probably should have saw this
Maybe
coming.
maybe taking a different route in that
And
underground
apparently
pathway
being
right
grabbed by
there.
one of those things makes you trip balls.
Oh crud!
This is actually a throwback to Eco. In Eco, there's also these creatures that want to take, except this time, instead of wanting to take your companion away, they want to take you away.
Yikes.
So how did you escape?
Whenever you're being grabbed by one of those guys, if you mash all the buttons, you can struggle, and eventually you'll be able to break free.
Trico, it would be a good time to wake up,
Trico, we need your help here.
Go.
There we go.
Trico, you're no longer the creepy
Now, can you eat
in this
those-
game.
Can you eat those things? Maybe don't.
There we go. Oh shit.
So yeah, unlike with Eco, where we had to destroy the shadow creatures ourselves, our only means of defense is Trico.
Well, I can see he's very effective against them.
He is,
Trico,
but he is. But however, some the ones that do have spears, they'll eventually, be able to, put another spear on his body. So we'll have to take that out as well.
Oh, okay.
Trico, use Stomp. It's super effective.
Oh, and here's another thing. Apparently,
even
Trico.
though they're
Here's another thing you'll notice over the course of the game. Trico doesn't. The Trico seemed greatly unsettled after the battle with the suits of armor. I had to find a way to calm my companion's nerves.
Wow, look at that fur texture.
I know.
Feathers, you mean?
Feather
Oh,
texture.
music,
Wow.
music,
Fantastic,
music,
yeah.
music, music. So apparently it's not working anymore. Weird.
Well, it's better that way, I guess. No, he just wants a cuddle.
I
I'm not big enough.
I forgive you for eating me alive.
Just don't do it again, please. Oh,
But yeah, like Jova said earlier, they do a really good job in keeping Trico's affinity ambiguous, in the sense that you're not entirely sure whether or not you should trust this thing.
Although I trust him more than whatever those things were.
yeah, so do I.
And you will do well, Jova. We'll eventually find out exactly what's up with this, with all of this, eventually.
I wonder, does
And
the
the
entire
Last
game take
Guardian,
place in
too.
this room?
Well, yeah, just like in other Fumito Ueda's game, this architecture seems to be abandoned yet still active somehow. So there's a mystery behind it.
Ancient civilization, all that shit.
So let
Yeah.
me guess, magic. That's the answer.
Well, this is a fantasy game, so obviously there's going to be magic involved, but it's more complicated than that, trust me.
All right, see you for the next part.
See you, everybody.